Welcome. This video is a Cambridge Advanced English CAE word formation practice. Transform the word on the right to fit the sentence. Pause the video if necessary. Focus and good luck. Let's start.
He took a mouthful of water to quench his thirst. He stubbornly refused to admit liability for the accident. There was a fixation in her insistence that I didn't like. He raised his sword in defense. Too many people still die of starvation. He knew he was going to lose his kingdom. We are disappointed by her approaching this matter so amateurishly. Your well-known meanness is disgusting. He is a worldwide famous cellist. Their supreme goal was the abolition of monarchy. The 18th century brought about the enlightenment of the human mind. The owl is the symbol of wisdom. The room was scarcely furnished, but its cleanliness made it pleasant. It is quite a problem to be granted membership to this club. The poet made artful use of commonplace words. Artificial heating hastens the growth of plants. He boasted about his ownership of several estates. You have made a thorough description of the scene. She looked like the very embodiment of his dreams. They tried to minimize the value of my contribution to the research. One of the major problems in today's society is unemployment. The doctors suspect him of insanity. The dullness of the landscape was depressing. They confirmed the receipt of all the parcels. He knew that the upheaval spelt disaster for people like him. The project, brilliant in its conception, failed because of lack of funds. While in the UK, they benefited from constant exposure to the language. He is a totally immoral person who deliberately defies all standards. The Principality of Monaco lies in southern Europe. Is she a recent acquaintance of yours? Our front seats were already taken, so we had to move rearwards. I know this has been sheer mockery, hasn't it? Are you sure admission is free to this museum? Most of young delinquents lacked parental care. The hero is a sensible but irresolute young man. Will you please check when the departure is? He was awarded a prize in recognition of his merits. In all likelihood, the flight will be cancelled. The ballet performance was exquisite. We may notice a revival of the interest in the music of the 1960s. The resemblance between the two girls is striking. You could feel the boredom of the audience. His blood pressure was alarmingly high. The resolution of the committee met all our expectations. The old shepherd had a gaunt, angular face. The remainder of the estate was on lease.
Do you have any complaints to make? His glance was full of hatred towards me.
The Romanians are the descendants of the Dacians and of the Romans. He moved about the house so noisily that he woke me up. The journey across the desert was hazardous.
The inquiries she had to make kept her busy all day.
Aren't you ashamed of what you have done?
There has been a great reduction in unemployment lately. I've made an appointment for a facial massage. This drug can provide relief from breathing problems.
I wish I were a millionaire, but I'm sure I'll never be one.
Do you think it was worthwhile? I strongly doubt it.
Anyone who will provide information will be guaranteed anonymity. She willingly accepted to be the first to try. He was the abbot of the monastery until he died. Her fingerprints on the gun were conclusive proof of her guilt. The weariness of her movements made me sad. He fixed everything with amazing ability. There is no such word. It is absolutely meaningless. Many of the warriors fought valiantly. Let's talk openly without any restraint.
He is a methodical man, and that's why he finishes everything on time.
I find the problems we are facing insurmountable.
It turned out to be a victorious attempt. He suffered a breakdown after the repeated failures.
Why are there so many absentees today? His unexpected recovery seemed miraculous. You may think of him as being unfortunate after so many accidents. There must be some misunderstanding. He should have been here by now. He provided a certain allowance for him until he became of age. It was mischievous of you to say such a thing.
He lay unconscious on the floor for minutes on end.
This cocktail is a mixture of 3 different drinks. They have reported some alterations of their initial plans. He obeyed all your orders truthfully. I feel that this is going to be a troublesome matter.
We watched him do all those tricks with amusement.
She glared at us contemptuously and left the room. His voice was full of annoyance when he rang me up.
He's fond of gardening and is said to have green fingers.
A resumption of diplomatic relations has been announced. He suffered a consequential loss of hearing after the blast. The bereft woman was crying pathetically. Killing him was a monstrous deed. It was quite touching of you to join us in those grievous moments. Unfortunately, realization came too late.
You are supposed to give a factual account of the events.
When I looked down at the steep rocky wall, I felt a kind of dizziness. The teams scored 1 goal apiece. The moisture on the walls was utterly unhealthy. The tidiness of his room was impressive.
Be reasonable for a change, will you?
Could she give me a rough approximation of the likely cost? His behavior was gracious all through the evening.
Well, if you have made it this far, then it's a great job. Keep practicing and you'll master word formation in no time. How many sentences did you get right out of 100? Let me know in the comments, and feel free to ask about any tricky ones. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out other CAE practice videos on the channel. See you in the next video.